What's up everybody? In this video, I'm gonna break down every way you can get acid in the game and rank which methods are better than the others. Make sure to check out each technique as I'll go into details and in the end, we'll rank them from the best to worst. If you enjoy my content and find it helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Let's start with the basics. What is acid and why should you care about it? Acid is a crucial component for crafting late game metals, which you'll need for pretty much everything. Territory facilities, armors, weapons, and even calibrations. In short, you're gonna need a lot of it. Plus, you can sell acid at your vending machines because it's always in high demand. And if you have the oil processing specialization, you can even turn acid into mixed fuel. There are several ways to get acid in the game. We'll start with the natural methods, then move on to ways to use specializations and facilities. The most basic way to get acid is by killing monsters. Each monster drops different amounts depending on their level and whether they're elites or bosses. Most monsters drop between 2 to 8 acid, but this isn't guaranteed. It might seem inefficient and underwhelming to farm monsters, but you can boost your gains by 50% using the recipe Preserved Deviated Chops. This method is most effective around Blackfell or Blackfell oil field settlements. For my test, you can get around 500 acid in 30 to 45 minutes if you're doing it fast. This is the most common method for farming acid out there. Head to a polluted zone and set up water pumps to gather polluted water. Convert the water into impure acid by using purifiers, which then goes into a fermentation barrel to become acid. You'll need around 10 water pumps per osmosis purifier. The most efficient setup is 20 pumps connected to 2 purifiers, feeding 4 fermentation barrels. This method yields around 1000 acid per day, making it a good option if you're in a polluted zone. This method is only available if you're lucky enough to have Sulfur Chemist specialization. It allows you to use sulfur and energy links to craft acid. The best part of it is it's completely passive, aside from farming sulfur and EL, and it scales really well. Each craft takes around 8 hours for 200 acids with an advanced synthesis bench, and you can set up as many benches as your electricity and facility limit allows you to. Now this one is a newer method, so I'll try to cover it in more detail. You can find corrupted plants in corrupted zones, and they have a chance of dropping seeds. The best farming spot I've found is northwest of Chalk Peak. These plants will look a little bit different than their counterparts as they will have a bluish color. There are 3 types of them: corrupted wheat, corrupted blueberry, and corrupted aloe. In the description of their seeds, it says all of them grow at the same rate, but it is not true. From my experiments, corrupted wheat and corrupted blueberries grow around the same time, where corrupted aloe takes twice as much time. These seeds can be grown in any environment as long as you're watering them. They also benefit from fertilizers, so using a yield boost is key to farming these guys. Blueberry and wheat convert into acid at a 3-to-1 ratio, while aloe converts at a 2-to-1. Blueberries and wheats are the best way to go with this since they grow a lot faster than aloe. This method, if used with yield fertilizers, nets you around 1k acid per day per 100 planters. I want to cover Sproutlets separately from events because they deserve their own spotlight. You can earn Sproutlets through Cargo Scramble or Highway Pursuit events and trade them with Nina for 1 acid per 2 Sproutlets. I highly recommend farming Sproutlets in Cargo Scramble, where you'll need to kill other metas with jelly on their heads or hold the jelly on your head as long as possible. I find it best to hold the jelly yourself for the maximum duration, then go for a kill to extend the time. Depending on the event level, you can earn between 500 to 1000 Sproutlets per event. This will net you around 250 to 500 acid per event, and you can always go to other cargo events to get more. You can also get acid from public crisis events. The amount you earn increases with the event's level and difficulty. The best event to watch for is the Chiron event, which gives up to 60 acid, the most of any event right now. You can also do these events with other players, which makes them a lot easier. Next up are mist events. which rewards you with mini feaster, mixed fuel, crafting items, and acid. You can do up to 6 mist events per day and they're pretty easy. You'll get around 30 acid per event. This one is pretty niche. I haven't used this method much, so I'm not sure how much acid you earn, but if you get your hands on a blue shroom or Alice Bunny Deviant, they also bring you acid. However, I can't say for sure how much per hour. A friend of mine said that they bring around 10 per day, which makes them seem a little bit underwhelming. You can find refineries inside settlements. To start refining, you need refinery permits. You can get these permits around the world in storage crates. The rewards vary depending on the permit you use. The harder the permit, the better the rewards. If you succeed in protecting the refinery, you'll earn around 50 acid per run, but there is a 5-minute cooldown after each run. Now the part you've all been waiting for, the rankings. Let's start with polluted farming. It's fine, but it's not the best. It uses a lot of electricity and requires you to be in a polluted zone. It has a lot of downsides, but it still outputs a lot of acid. So I'll put it at A tier. Sulfur Chemist is hands down the best method if you have the specialization. With enough energy links, you'll have more acid than you know what to do with. So I'll put it at S tier. Sproutlet farming also goes on S tier. If you know what you're doing, you can farm up to 500 acid in less than 20 minutes. Plus, you will get extra rewards by waiting out timer at the different cargo scramble events, even though you collected the rewards from the most recent one. Next, let's talk about corrupted plant farming. I think it is very underrated and very strong. You can farm around 1k acid in a day with a 100 plot farm, and it doesn't require electricity or being in a polluted zone. I think this method is a little bit better than polluted farming, but I'll still put it at A tier next to polluted farming. Deviated chops monster farming. I think this deserves to be A tier because it's faster than other passive farms, but you still need to be actively killing enemies, which consumes ammo, but it's still very efficient. Next, I'm gonna put events, mist, and refinery, all of them in B tier, as these methods give very little acid and aren't very optimal. Lastly, we have Deviants. I have heard Deviants collecting around 10 acid a day, which equates into killing 2 monsters, so yeah, it's gonna go on F tier. Alright, that's it for me guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video useful, make sure to subscribe, and as always, take care until next time.